Okay, some of these weekend games are making it onto YouTube now for you guys. This is one of the three. It is Issyria versus Harbinger. And she is in Faithfull Masses. Ugh, Maths. There's no, well, there is lots of math involved, but I actually kind of like that. Maths. Well, his Harbinger list is basically all the Paladins, Punchy Monks, Idrians, an Indictor, Devout, and Templar. And the idea is he's got 3 shield guards, he's got lots of spell hate, and he's got the Paladins that just don't ever want to die. And then Idrians so that they can die and make the Paladins have righteous vengeance and hand of vengeance on the Jacks. You know, but only a couple of Idrians. Don't want too many to die. Stupid Harbinger. She just gets to do stuff like that. And then there's Rupert way back there, playing on his bagpipes and the book. My list is, it's not the best Legions of Dawn Issyria list, but it's something that I've played a lot before CID, and I've really come to like it, and I've really come to like how it plays, and I play well with it. So it's something that even though I could throw in a Hyperion, even though I could get Invictors, and there's more Invictors, there's a lot of things I can do to make this list more optimal. I like the way this one plays, and it does well for me. So I go first. Feels good to have the +1 theme benefit. Also feels good to have the ability to see through Jacks. I mean, for my Jacks to be able to see through my infantry and move through my infantry. That's a pretty cool theme benefit. I've really been liking how it's been playing out. My Destors are going to go up the left and fill in that gap over there a little bit. This is kind of the only place on the board they can play around and move freely. So there's that. Everything else just kind of trundles up. Inviolable Resolve goes on the Sentinels because they have been preyed by the Idrians, so I kind of wanted to offset that. Phoenix is going to go up, and he's going to, later on in the game, pretty much his goal is to hide by this forest and get Pathfinder from the objective, and then go and do crazy things with that Pathfinder. And then add admonition away, because that'd be cool. And that's more or less where we are. His turn. He's going to take his cavalry dudes and run them up into my Destors, and then keep that dude in martyr range, because that's super annoying. His Punchy Monks went forward, went shifting sand stance. The Idrians went up, shot Hemera a little bit. I think did a couple of points of damage. And then they just dig in. Everything comes up. Harbinger's entourage comes up. She's got Vilmon for shield guard. She's got the Devout for shield guard. She's got the Templar for shield guard. She's got girded from Vilmon to make it so that she doesn't take blast damage. And she's behind the wall. She's like, I'm all, yeah, super hard to kill. Because, and cover, and no spells, and my things that are giving me no spells can't be targeted by spells. And all these shield guards. Haha. So, this is he's a little bit too close to that wall. He should be a little bit farther back. And this is the first time he's played this Harbinger list. He's not quite accustomed to it, and he's just kind of feeling it out. I don't like how this game will go for me. I don't think I have crap for an attrition game. There is lots of ways to make Harbinger's life a little bit more difficult. If you're an all melee-based list, it's really rough for you, because you're going to have limited landing spots around these Paladins, and you're going to smack them, and she's going to martyr them and keep them alive. But if you have any type, like more than 3 good guns, or ways of getting damage onto Harbinger, you can activate those pieces last and make her wonder, should I martyr? Because I might take this incidental damage and just die if I'm on like 4 or 5 boxes, because she's only a 14-14. Well, she basically becomes a 20-14, but her armor's not very good. And martyr is D3 damage each time. So you can just start forcing martyrs, and then at some point she has to decide, do I keep martyring or do I let these things die? And it can be a good outcome for you either way, because she might let things die earlier and you actually get some actual dang work done, which is kind of hard to do against a Harbinger list. Or she martyrs too far down and you can go for the assassination run. That's been my experience playing against Harbinger, is you kind of have to threaten that assassination. And in this case, I can get a couple of Destors to her, and I can get Phoenix to her using Crusader's Call from Issyria. I can't debuff Harbinger. Just flat out, my gunshots just aren't going to make it there. They're going to get shield guarded. Like, got 3 shield guards, and the Destors aren't going to be able to hit because they're going to be under awe. And even with Hemera running over there to give the +2 to hit, she's still a defense 18. With Hands of Fate, my rat 6s need 12s to hit. CRAs from the Invictors will get shield guarded. It's not very good odds, but I can threaten the melee. So the first thing is I'm going to try and get her to do some martyrs. And the 2 things I'm going to try and get her to do martyrs are Idrians and these horse paladins and that paladin over there on the left. So whole bunch of Sentinels charge in under Crusaders. Oh, back up first. I do an ancillary. Issyria comes up. She pops feet. She does Crusader's Call for 3. She does an ancillary attack on Phoenix, who then shoots at that Paladin, does a little bit of damage to him. Nice little bonus. I think it was like 3 damage or something. And its hands have faded. Issyria allocated 2, so that's 5 focus that I've spent. And she spent 1 to... No, I think she dropped Admonition. No, I think I did upkeep Admonition. So that's 6 focus spent. Anyhow, I only have 2 focus left for Blinding Light to throw on these Idrians, and their defense 17 dug in. So I figure, oh, heck, why not? Let's go for it. And if it doesn't hit, whatever. It'd be really nice to, Blinding Light them so they can't attack, but they're probably going to be charging anyways and getting into my face and being annoying. So I do that. I need to roll a hard 9, and I hit it. That was cool. Issyria is now camping none. She's somewhat safe back. I should be fine. Still felt a little weird to do. So all these Sentinels over here under her feet and Crusader's Call, I get about 5 of them into that horse, and I get another 3 into this horse over here. The horse over here gets killed and I think was martyred twice. If I don't kill that horse, that's a really big deal because then the Destors can't go and create more martyr situations. But I still had a couple of attacks left, and Harbinger decided, you know what, they're not under awe. These other attacks are probably going to hit and kill it. Let's just cut my losses and stop martyring it. Over here, I mess up that Knight Paladin pretty good. I think it martyrs once. And so now it's Destor time. One Destor goes in, takes a free strike from this Punchy Monk, lives. Woo, that was cool. 1 box. And that's the one that's going to Harbinger. It's in melee range of Harbinger. I don't want to impact that Punchy Monk because then it'll dodge and land right in front of Harbinger and screw the whole frickin' plan. That's a horrible way to go. Because if I'm not mistaken, I'll stop right there and then he'll get to move. And then 2 Destors go on to this Paladin Monk dude to try and make him do some more martyrs. And then 2 Destors go over onto this Paladin to make some martyrs over there. So, wisely, I start doing all my attacks on the 2 Paladins, and I save this Destor for last. Since they no longer have Assault, I can hold their shots until I can do each shot with the model that activated. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't really matter if this Destor hits Harbinger because she's just going to shield guard it. She does not want an auto-hitting POW 14. Shield guard. Yeah, so everything goes according to plan. I get some damage on the Paladins, and he does another martyr, and I think this is his 5th martyr. And then he's like, okay, no more martyrs. Harbinger's on 7 boxes, 8 boxes. He doesn't know about Phoenix yet, but he doesn't want some incidental, something killing her. So both those Paladins die, and right now I've gotten more work done than either of us suspected at this point. Killing 3 Paladins in 1 turn is kind of cool for me. Kind of didn't expect it. And so now the Destor hits. And the Destor leaves Harbinger only on a couple of boxes. And then my Destors reposition out of the way. They take... also, the defensive strike from Devout missed the Destor that was on 1 box. That was, woo! Also really lucky. It was swinging over the wall, so Kind of makes sense. Yeah. And I'm looking at things over here, but because he just took those hits, I know and he knows about Phoenix now. Phoenix being able to get in. Because when I moved the Destor out of the way, I slapped down a proxy base, and he's like, oh, that's Phoenix. So there's no point in me shooting Idrians anymore or with Invictors and Hemera to try and bait out Martyrs. Let's just send in Phoenix and see what happens. I send in Phoenix onto Harbinger and kills Harbinger. I boost to hit the first one, and it just obliterates her because dice were +5. And its Hands of Fate charge. And she didn't have much left. So that was... this is so far has been my only good play experience against Harbinger. All my other... I think my Harbinger games were before I started this channel. But it's been more or less, I get the alpha on Paladins, and I kill either none or one Paladin with all 30 of my dudes. And that blows, because makes all these defense 13 Paladins that are armor 21 into 15 21s, and that's super, super sucky. Luckily, in a lot of these attacks, I was able to do it outside of because he was a little bit more spread out. The takeaway from this game, new Harbinger player, these Idrians should not be right there. They should be in front of Harbinger. And then I just don't get the Harbinger. And that's no assassination run. Because really things should not be getting into melee with Harbinger to begin with. That was just cool. I got lucky. So yeah, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.